Welcome to CII Connect 2013. We have with us Dr. Sunit Tyagi, Chief Executive Officer of Insolar Energy Private Limited. Sir, we'll start off by asking your expectations of CII Connect 2013, the whole conference and what you're looking up for.
Great. This is actually the third Connect conference I've been attending. I've come here a few times before, and every year Connect conference has a lot of value to add to understand how new technologies, specifically ICT, has impact on the society and what can be done to improve the further status of the ICT usage in our country. This year's focus on sustainability and the use of ICT for that is a commendable one, because in India we are growing very fast, and we are growing fast. That means we have a lot of use for energy, resources, and everything is very restricted. And use of ICT to make that go much further and make a sustainable society is a very good goal for us to have. And therefore CII's effort in trying to make Connect focus on sustainability is a very good one for us to look at.
Sir, as far as the new entrepreneurs who are coming into the industry right now, what would your advice be? Because you've been in the industry for the last 5 years, and how was the climate when you started out, and what were the challenges you faced, and can you please elaborate on that?
Sure. So yes, after about 18 years of spending in Intel and other corporates, when I stepped out to start Insolar with my partner, this was in 2008-2009 time frame, and it was just after the Lehman Brothers disaster in US, so capital was very difficult to get. We started doing some research work and R&D, and then moved on to do services to earn our revenue. Entrepreneurship is not an easy task. It requires us to have a clear vision where we are trying to go, what we are trying to achieve, and that is important mainly when going gets tough. It will get tough for an entrepreneur. When you start a new venture yourself, you have to take care of everything from paying the rent to finding the person who will deliver your mail correctly, and to setting up emails, whatever it is. So entrepreneurship requires a lot of effort, and you have to be ready for a lot of struggle. But that's where the vision comes in to be important. When we started in solar, we had the vision of trying to bring solar energy to mainstream in India. Now, in the course of 4 or 5 years, because of global events, price of solar energy has come down significantly, and now we are at the cusp of solar being acceptable in terms of price point for wide usage. It was that vision which kept us going through the tough times, and that's what keeps us going further, because it's not yet a complete journey. So that's one thing. Know what you want to do, and you keep on working hard for it. That's how it goes. The other is team. You have to have a good team which can work together. You cannot do it all alone. It becomes that much more difficult. With a team, it makes it easier. And the third part is obviously real hard work. So those are expectations you should all have clearly up front, and then you can definitely succeed in any environment. There are plenty of challenges for small companies in India, including access to capital and able to go win accounts. It takes much longer than it would for you to establish a name and brand and recognition. But once that happens, then things can proceed smoothly.
Sir, what is your expectation in the future? I mean, if there's one thing about the industry which you can change right now, I mean, if it will help you go further in the future, what would it be?
So one is, overall, in the Indian context, it would be much better if we all focused on efficiency of work. There's a lot of time spent and energy spent in trying to do the mundane task, because we make a bureaucracy even in private companies. Those can be, Indian industry can get much more competitive if we have the processes to follow and follow them quickly rather than make them haphazard and driven by who rushes to get who comes to your window to get the job done with you. That's where ICT comes into picture too. India has been a software powerhouse for the world, but the use of IT and ITES within Indian companies also is not enough. Whether it's some of the large scale ones have it, but for internal ERP or for accounts reconciliation or for dealing with vendors or customers, there's not enough ITU being used today. So that would be a very important part.
Sir, talking about efficiency, how important is employability? I mean, when you started out, it would have been very different environment from what it is now. But the challenges would have been more or less similar. So what do you expect from an employee who comes into your industry and is looking to be employable?
Yeah, very good point. Actually, the way we look at how to take a new employee consists actually of, I keep a simple formula in my mind of 4 C's. First of them is communication. An employee should be able to communicate what they want to do or what they are expected to do and clarify if they don't know where they're supposed to be. Second thing is actually confidence. They should be willing to have the confidence to say that if some task is given to me, I know I'll be able to do that. Third thing is compatibility, and I call that compatibility with team. You cannot do it alone. You have to be depending and be dependable for the team members. And fourth, I put, is competence. I would be able to teach people a lot of things provided they have the first 3. If they are willing to work with the team, clean up the floor. If they clean with the floor a few times, after that they may be actually the ones who are heading the front desk. Those are the kind of things I would look for. So coming back to employability, people who come into our office, many of them do not know much about solar, many of them do not know much about engineering. But we have engaged and employed folks with these kind of thought process, and they have been actually one of the better employees which we have found. But it requires effort on the part of our team, but we do take that.
Sir, from employability to students, what is your advice for students who are looking to be employed in such sectors, especially students of Tier 2 and Tier 3 who are going to be watching this video, and it would be extremely helpful for them if you can share with us what do you think would be most important for them to concentrate on, because most of them are back in confidence because they do not get the things that the city guys get, but they are a little low in confidence. So what would be your advice for that?
So one thing is, as a student, we all go through question papers and subject matters which we see, we do not know where they will be useful or not. And you usually go through, oh, this year or this time, this period, everybody is so excited about one subject or topic or the other. Students should go with an open mind to say, I do not know which of these subjects actually I will end up using when. Now, combine that with the other communications and capability and compatibility, and the competence has to be built in. But you have to build the confidence in yourself to say, if I'm going and learning something, I'm learning it not only for this test, not only for this examination, but sometime later I might be asked to do something. In a company, nobody sits and says, okay, what is 1 plus 1? Tell me that. They don't ask you a question. The question is floating around in the room, and if you are the one who knows the answer and you provide the answer, everybody in the company feels good that this person is able to deliver something of value to the team. That's what you have to be aware of.
Sir, on a personal level, when you were a student, what things helped you? Like mentorship, or who did you look up to?
Yeah, we all need some mentors and role models. Yes, for at a personal level, while I was a student, we had some very, very good professors who inspired a lot of people to follow a path of, hard work and engineering, etc. And, you have your own personal role model, be there in your own family, or others you can see in the public life. But from my own sense, as I said, some of the professors, they have inspired not only me, but a lot of my classmates to do things in the area of electrical engineering, which otherwise we may not have done. And we feel proud to say, out of a team of, a student batch of around 50 or so, in my electrical engineering department in IIT Bombay, 4 of them are back teaching in IIT Bombay. So that's got to do with the mentor or the role model which we all chose or got in front of us. Professor Vasi was a very good mentor and a role model for all of us, and we followed through that. But you can find role models in many ways in other places. One of the easiest example in the Indian context is, say, sports, cricket. Cricket is the only thing, correct? And people would, you can hear about in the newspapers, or you can see it in action. Somebody like Mahendra Singh Dhoni has such a positive impact on the whole team. Or Ganguly had a turning point for how Indian team behaves. Or Tendulkar leads by having performed. These are the kind of role models any individual can choose, and you can look at the characteristics or the ideas which you want to follow through. Obviously, we all know about Mahatma Gandhi. One of the examples is in one of his speeches being given by Mahatma Gandhi in London. He spoke for a few minutes and he left, and the press people were all trying to ask. And one of them asked Nehru as to what is so special about Gandhi. He's a small man. How does he land up leading so many people? Nehru's answer was that Gandhi speaks what he believes and he does what he speaks. So just being true to what you are thinking and what you're doing is inspiration to others sometimes. And that is what could be very, very important for some new students to realize, that integrity and action are all going together, then makes a success story for you.
Thank you very much, sir, for talking to us on CAI Connect. This is Prasanna for Aura Myconet, video partners of CAI Connect 2013.